Thanks for joining us. I'm Vince Vitrano.
And I'm Bridget Shanahan. Search crews find the body of a missing swimmer on Lake Delavan. 49-year-old Scott Appel of Arlington Heights, Illinois, was last seen late Wednesday night while he was out swimming with some friends who were boating. The Delavan police chief tells us it's hard for crews to find swimmers in the water, in part because the lake is so expansive, it's deep, and it's murky in some spots.
They'll start with the area that we know, and then we'll move out from that area. It depends on the current and what the winds are at the time. If the current's blowing or the current's moving in a certain direction, the winds are blowing a certain direction, obviously the grid search will go out from that area toward that way. But right now, it's just kind of a grid search concentrating on the area where he was last seen.
Police have not said whether alcohol played a factor. Fond du Lac County officials are holding a news conference to share new details about the shooting that killed Trooper Trevor Casper. Armed robbery suspect Steven Snyder killed Casper during a shootout back in March. Snyder also died. The trooper's family is expected to release a statement at that news conference. It's set for 5:30 this evening.
The North Pier at Sheboygan Marina is still closed after a man put his boat on it. It happened last night. The boat got stuck and will be there until the owner has a salvaging company remove it. The sheriff's office reporting the 72-year-old boat operator was not under the influence of alcohol or any other drugs. He and his two passengers suffered minor injuries, were taken to the hospital.
If you see some low-flying planes or hear some loud noises out there, don't be alarmed.
The Air Force Thunderbirds are among those back in Milwaukee. They'll be doing test runs for the Air and Water Show today. That show formally runs Saturday and Sunday. Love that sound. Starting today, crews are using pyrotechnic devices to scare flocks of seagulls away from the lakefront for the show. That'll help improve safety for both the aircraft and the birds. If you think you have the strongest arm in Milwaukee, you can head on over to Estabrook Biergarten tonight, where they'll be holding the Stein holding contest at 7. Entrants must hold their arms straight out to the front of their body while holding a full liter mug by the handle. It is free to enter the contest, and if you win, you go to the national championship in New York City. You must be 21 years or older to participate.
Our beautiful stretch of weather continues. It has now been 5 days in a row where Milwaukee has been at least 80 degrees. I know. What's going on? Can you believe this? It's been great. This morning we were in the 50s to 60s, 54 in Burlington and Lake Geneva for the cool spot, 66 here in Milwaukee for the warm spot. That dry air allowing the temperature to drop pretty quickly in the overnight hours and let you open up the windows. But it does warm up pretty quickly in the morning hours as well. Port Washington, as of 1 o'clock, looking great outside, 74 degrees. The temperature is dropping now that the southeast wind has developed, but not dramatically. Just a couple of weeks ago when the temperatures of the water were still in the 50s, you saw that temperature drop very quickly once the lake breeze kicked in. Not the case now that it's in the low to mid 60s. The rain showers continue to be off to the south of us into the Tennessee Valley, now making its way into Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. We are watching this area of rain. This would be our next weather maker, it looks like, for Friday night into Saturday morning, as that high pressure will finally leave the area. Temperatures right now in the 70s and 80s. 80s pretty much away from the lakefront and right on the water. Those temperatures have begun to drop, like Shorewood's at 77 and 78 in Oak Creek. Around Milwaukee County, 81 in Glendale, 81 in Brown Deer, 77 in Franklin. The winds continue to be light, very pleasant, but because of that, it does allow that lake breeze to develop sometime after the noon hour, and that's exactly what it did. We have the southeast winds now between 5 and 10 miles per hour, and that's causing those temperatures to drop. The dew points are inching up as we expected as well, now in the upper 50s to around 60. It's not humid by any means, but it's definitely more noticeable, especially as you get into the evening hours. The sticky air is off to the west, and that is on its way here for tomorrow night and into Saturday. That'll be the most humid day of the next couple of days. While the humidity levels will be up overall for the next couple of days, Saturday's the day that you're really going to notice it. Temperatures today in the lower 80s across the area. We've already reached the high temperature at the lakefront, and we'll see those temperatures slowly drop. We're watching this thunderstorm action for tonight. Watch this move into the western part of the state, and then it just takes a nosedive to the south. High pressure blocking it, so we won't see any rain from that, but we should see some cloud cover early tomorrow morning because of it. Our next best chance of rain, though, looks to be tomorrow night into Saturday morning as this weak cold front pushes on through. Not going to be a lot of rain, and it won't be very long-lived, but there is that chance of some showers and thunderstorms Saturday morning. 7-day forecast. Despite the front, we stay in the 80s. 81 today, 83 for Friday, 86 and humid with morning thunderstorms on Saturday. Sunday is 82, and we stay in the low to mid 80s all of next week. Enjoy the dog days of summer.